So I'm a massive fan of Shearwater. Their customer service is like the best I've ever dealt with. We've had Terex or whatever break 4 or 5 years down the line. We send it in and get it fixed. They couldn't fix it. They sent us a brand new one. So I love Shearwater. I love Terex. I love Perdix. But today we got a Tern, and I want to do kind of like a first look review on it. We've only had about 3 dives in it, and it's great, especially for entry level all the way to instructor, even some tech diving. But Tern is kind of like the Paragon of Perdix. So obviously Perdix or Perdix 2 is like the tech diving computer that has everything you could ever want, ever do on diving, from open circuit, closed circuit, with bailout to 5 different gases, everything. But it's super expensive, just like the Terex. The Terex does everything as well in a watch size. But the Paragon is the cheaper version, and that's kind of what this Tern is for the Terex. So this is basically a Paragon watch size computer. So we've been going through it, and it uses all the same exact interface, functions, settings, buttons, things like that as my Terex, which is really cool. I don't have to get used to another one. But like I said, it's a much cheaper version, which is 99 point whatever of divers. This is all you really need. If you want top of the line, it's Shearwater already. If you're a tech diver, maybe you want a Perdix or a Terex. If you're doing like mixed gases and things like this, the Terex can take up to 5 different gases, while this Tern, I believe, is only 2 different mixed gases, which is still a lot. Most people are not going to be doing that on only a little watch size computer. So it is really a good dive computer. So that being said, it is a lot lighter as well. It's a little bit smaller, but it's a lot lighter on my wrist. Now this Terex really doesn't bother me. It's so expensive. I think it was like almost $2,000 with the transmitter, that I'm a little scared of scratching it, knocking it on things, dropping it, things like that. I mean, my first cars were, as a kid, were cheaper than that. And I got it on my wrist. So, for example, yesterday doing a confined water pool dive with some open water students, I put on my other computer because you're on the side of the pool hitting it on cement and stuff. I was scared, but with this one, you can't really go wrong. I think it's about $500 to $600 instead of almost $2,000. So this is awesome. Now they even have a cheaper version. This is just the Tern, the regular Tern. They also have the Tern DX, which comes with the air integration option. Of course, then you're gonna have to buy the Shearwater Swift transmitter, which is another $400 or $500, something like that. I have it for my Terex, and I don't even use it. I'm not a huge fan. I think it's the future and stuff like that, is transmitters, wireless, things like that, but I don't think it's here now. We've had a lot of students where the air integration just doesn't sync, or it stops syncing at 20 meters or whatever it is. It's just not pairing up with their computer. So we end up having all our students, or if they're using that, they need a 5th port on their first stage, and then they still need their SPG. So what's the point? It's not working. My $500 transmitter, I still gotta look at my SPG. What's the point? And even if it does work, you should have a backup anyway. So, and plus I'm switching regulators all the time. Twin sets, my regular long hose configuration, my regular normal configuration for when I'm teaching, side mount. I'm not going to put a $500 transmitter on every single one of them. So what's the point? You might as well get the Tern that doesn't have the air integration if you want to save money but still have top of the line, and you're still going to have an awesome computer that can do anything you want to do. I mean, I've tried the top of the line Sunto, like D5. I'm a huge fan of D4s, don't get me wrong, but the new D5s, They're just too big. The buttons are too big. Every time I move my wrist, I'm pushing buttons and switching it off. Even on a dive, I'm switching out of dive mode somehow and have to mess with it. I'm driving around. It's just a pain. But this Shearwater watch size computers, absolutely love them. So this is new. It's not new, but it's new to me. But it is new for 2024. It came out in January or February, I believe. Right now it's March. So it's still really new. We're starting to see it at the dive shows. But there is something cool that my Tarek doesn't have, is these quick disconnects on the bands. By the way, in true Shearwater style, I love these bands, so soft. But I think they patented it and they called it the Remora, which is cute. But they have these little clips that just I could pop off these straps. They do come with the bigger straps for dry suits or whatever, so that's cool. And if you look at their website, even though they're expensive, I don't know, over $100 probably, maybe even $200, I'd have to look. You can get white, pink, all sorts of colors of straps. So I believe the regular Tern, it comes in silver like this, and the DX comes in black, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, really awesome computer. I'm really glad Shearwater is making a more of a budget-friendly dive computer, because they're one of my favorite, and every tech diver or diving professional's favorite computer brand. So I'm glad they made it a little bit more accessible to our regular divers. An open water diver could absolutely wear this. It's in their budget. It's the same price pretty much as Suunto D5 or D6i or D4i or way cheaper than a Garmin, but we'll go into that in another video. Alright, so guys, let me know what you think. Of course, I put mine on pink dial. This one's on blue because it's from my buddy Brian. But let me know if you've dove with this yet. We only have a few dives, but it's a Shearwater interface. It's beautiful. It's telling me the bars in the millibars right now. It's amazing system. If you like Shearwater, now you can get into it without breaking $1,000. So let me know if you dove with this, what you think, or if you haven't dove with it, your first impressions as well. Are you willing to try one? All right, on to the next video.